guard, please welcome 5'7" senior number 2, Emily Randall. And for the Thunderbirds at guard, 5'5" number 3, Brooklyn Cassandra. Starting out guard for the Vikings, please welcome 5'5" number 13, Emma Sullivan. And for the Thunderbirds at guard, 5'4" senior, number 11, Ashley Weber. Back over the Vikings at guard at 5'2" senior, number 22, Aaliyah Gale. And for the Thunderbirds at guard, 5'6" senior, number 21, Katie Seaman. At center for the Vikings at 5'8" senior, number 23, Isabel Deli. And now for the Thunderbirds at guard, forward is number 5, Mallory Calvin. Back over to the Vikings as we read out the starting lineup at forward, 5'7" senior, number 31, Camden Humphrey. And for the Thunderbirds at forward, 6', number 25, Kelly Meyer. The Vikings were led by head coach Jason McDodd, assisted by Tina Westerman and Aubrey Barton. The Thunderbirds were led by Brian Henry, assisted by Kevin Richard, Dan Blakamp, and Emily Jensen. Your officials for this afternoon's contest include Armando Espinosa, Quincy Smith, and Joshua Smith. It's time for Lady Thunderbirds basketball. Thunderbirds bringing a syndrome returns along with Ellie Meyer. Returning to the Thunderbirds, number 21, Dave Steven. Also returning, Ashley Weber. number 2, Emily Randall. Basket by Emily Randall. Lacey Blankenship. And that's your first period. Thunderbirds 19, Vikings 12. Tonight is Taco Tuesday. Here at Circle Line, everyone is invited to support the after-block community by attending the free will donation taco feed in the hospitality room going on now. 100% of the proceeds go towards the 2020 Circle After-Block Party. Good for the T-Birds. Timeout of 4 by the Vikings with 30 seconds timeout. Tonight, the Circle High Track Team, Coach Jacob for working the concession stand. Trigger Hunter Baines this evening, favorite soft drinks, hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, nachos, and candy. And all, we appreciate your support of our Circle High students. Returning for the Vikings, number 3, Crossy Curtis, and for your Thunderbirds, Macy Claycamp and Ellie Meyer.
Hey, can we get one of our listeners to give us a comment if these headsets are functioning currently? Oh, I don't even know what those things mean. Yeah, well, they always show them at the beginning of the sentence, but I don't know if they always
What are they going to do? And one Vikings, Thunderbirds, 13 foul. Fouls on number 33 of the Vikings, and they are Green. Her first personal foul. It's the 14th foul. At the line, Judy Ellie Meyer. Ridley Isidro checking in for the T-Birds. MS Schultz, also Haley Seaman. Number 23, Isabel Kelly. And 22, Lady Gale returns for the Vikings. Also returning for the T-Birds is Mallory Calvin for Meyer. Mallory Calvin. Chase with the layup. Foul to number 5, Howard Calvin, the first team back at the line to the Vikings. They 3. Bring back in, Emily Randall, Haley Seaman for the Vikings. And for the Thunderbirds, Katie Stevens and Kimberly Cook. Green with 1 remaining shot.
It's just like a selfie. Thunderbirds 35, the Vikings, they're also the fastest growing leadership. That doesn't have to be leadership. Their strength is in their people. That's those who line the core business who provide an exceptional service and sales experience to their customers. Their employees, they do things differently. How car buying and servicing should be. And don't forget tonight, it's not going to Tuesday here at Circle Line. Everyone is invited to help support the after-crop community by attending the free will of Chicago Week. It's a hospitality group going on now. 100% of the funds tonight go towards the 2020 Circle After-Crop Party. Eva. Ridley Isidro. Tyler Amati and Yvette Isidro on deck. And now for the men's basketball squad, Matt Roman, son of Justin and Christy Roman of Rwanda. Gunnar Hudson, son of Gabe and Melissa Hudson of El Dorado. Eli Jacobson, son of Carly and Bobby Jacobson of Florida. Luke Myers, son of J.D. and Kyle Myers of Bel Air. Micah Wilhite, son of Destin and Leia Wilhite of Augusta. And now, their veteran seniors, Chase Beaver, son of Warren and Garcia Beaver of El Dorado. Caleb Buffington, son of Ryan and Deborah Buffington of Bel Air. And Guy Sock, son of Les Sock and Holly Christie of Rwanda. Kansas, inside Circle High School and Virgin, for tonight's ABCDL matchup between the visiting Vikings of Winfield High and your Circle High Thunderbirds. If you would now please stand, remove your caps and place your hand over your heart as we honor our great nation, our many veterans, and the men and women who are keeping our nation safe at home and abroad with the singing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be performed by Harrison Metzger, a Circle High senior.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming through sunlight and bright stars, through the perilous fight? For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet waves, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This evening's starting lineup is brought to you by Citizens Bank of Kansas, Citizens Bank, all local. And now, ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome our starting lineup with alternating order first for the visiting Vikings of Winfield. Starting at guard, 5'10" junior, number 1, Jacob Jordan. And the Thunderbirds at guard, 5'10" senior, number 3, Eli Jacobson. At forward for the Vikings, the 6'1" senior, number 3, Nolan Powell. And for the Thunderbirds at guard, 6'1" senior, number 5, Luke Myers. And for the Vikings, at guard, 9'1" senior, number 10, Aiden Burrow. And for the Thunderbirds at forward, 6'2" senior, number 25, Trevor Blackwood. Starting at guard for the Vikings, 5'11" senior, number 12, Reese Dibble. And for the Thunderbirds at guard, 6'1" senior, please welcome number 32, Matt Rubeck. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Vikings at forward, 6'1"
Are you on?
number 15, Kyan Powell.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right. We're going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Circle High School Thunderbirds versus the Winfield Vikings. This is CHS SBC Circle High School Sports Broadcasting Company coming to you with the presentation of tonight's activities. I am Harrison Metzger here with...
I am Carson Mosier. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Got a great game for you tonight. It is senior night here in the Birdcage.
Yes, tonight we'll get you started off for our starting lineups real quick. For the Winfield Vikings, we have number 1, George. Number 3, Faust. Number 10, Harper. Number 12, Venable. And number 13, Towels. And for the Circle High School Thunderbirds starting, we have the seniors coming at you. Eli Jacobson, number 3. Number 5, Luke Myers. Number 25, Gunnar Hudson. Number 32, Matt Romick. And number 35, Micah Wilhite. And all 5 of those starters being seniors.
I'd like to give a huge shout out to my good buddy Micah Wilhite on getting his first and last start of his varsity career here.
Yes,
Very
it is
proud
good
of
to
him.
see that for him as the Vikings win that tip-off there. Thunderbirds look to be running a zone defense coming out here at the beginning. That's a jump ball going to the Thunderbirds as the Vikings have just won the opening tip.
Really cool to see this lineup in the game here. The 5 seniors for the Thunderbirds. A look they rarely show.
It is good to see. We'll see how long it holds here. See how many subs we get with the first foul or change of possession. That's Jacobson looking inside, but they don't have anybody down low. Romick pops the 3 a little bit wide. Rebound goes to the Vikings.
Good to see Matt Romick shooting the ball early on here. We want to see him put up as many attempts as possible in his last game here.
Yes.
Circle.
It's something we'd really like to see for him is a lot of aggression with his game, maybe driving a little bit because we rarely see him going inside. That's Jacobson with the drive, losing the ball out of bounds. 55 seconds here into this first quarter. Score Circle 0, Winfield 0.
T-Birds have been struggling here as of late. Dropped, 5 straight games?
Yes, they are.
They are due for a win, undoubtedly.
Yes, 1-6 on the last 7-game stretch. That's Wilhite with the drive and dish. Stolen by the Vikings. Wow, fans on the Winfield side here were looking for a loose ball foul, but they did not get it. That's Hudson out top now. Drops it out to Jacobson, who knocks down the long 2, but Hudson gets called with the offensive foul. That is his first of the game, T-Bird's first as well.
Folks, I'm going to be giving a lot of shout-outs tonight, and then my next shout-out has to be to my colleague here sitting beside me, Harrison Metzger, sang the national anthem tonight, and let me tell you, it was absolutely amazing. Great job.
I appreciate the compliment, Mr. Mosher. Means the world to me. Winfield knocking down the 17-foot-2 there. Mr. Mosher and I had the pleasure of attending the T-Birds' last matchup with the Vikings, and I will say the Vikings did not appear to have a very well-shooting team. I don't think they made more than 2 shots outside the 3-point line last time, and they attempted well over 20 from that range.
T-Birds' last win coming here at home against Wellington, the last game that we broadcasted. That was 5 games ago.
Yes, that was a 62-54 win. A narrow win for the Thunderbirds, which isn't very common for them. They've really been struggling in tight games through the entirety of this season. That's Harper driving with that short floater, gets it to fall. That puts Winfield up 4-0 with 5:38 left here in this first quarter. Thunderbirds yet to score. I don't even know that they put up that many shots. That's Wilhite with a short jumper, can't get it to fall, but Myers gets that rebound. Jacobson with the drive and the spin, and he gets that to fall.
What a move there from Jacobson. Put him in the spin cycle.
We like to see that. That's a 3 outside. That shot by George. We saw him put up a lot of shots in the Thunderbirds' last matchup with the Vikings, and he was not hitting anything. Wilhite now outside for 3. Off the back iron. Rebound, Faust comes down with it for the Vikings. 2-4 here with 4:48 left in the first quarter as Winfield knocks down a 3, puts them up 7-2 now. How important do you think a win is for the Thunderbirds here tonight, Carson?
Considering the season they've had, it'd be special here to get a win for senior night for sure. So I know that's something the guys want to do.
That's good defense there on the transition by Wilhite. Keeps the Vikings from getting an easy 2 points there.
I think it definitely has been a disappointing season for them so far. So they'd like to finish their last game here in the Birdcage on a good note. And
Yes.
I believe they'll do so.
I do believe that is an accurate assessment. It is tough. It's always tough to have a season that doesn't turn out the way you expect it to, or even as good as it could turn out.
I think the T-Birds have a lot of talent. They just have really struggled to put it together and find the right game plan to really suit their team. Their lack of size has definitely been a problem for them, and
Yeah.
just having trouble finding a rhythm.
That's Middleton with a steal off an inbound pass as he came in for Will Height. We'll look for Middleton to come up big tonight. He's capable of driving. Romick pops a three, and he hits that. 3 feet outside the three-point line, and he knocks that down. Those are his first points of the game. That's good to see from him. Now 1 for 2 from downtown.
That's something we've seen so much out of Matt Romick here in his years with the Thunderbirds. That catch and shoot. One of the best to ever do it in a T-Bird uniform.
Man, that George from Winfield keeps putting up those shots outside, and he is not hitting them. He shoots like he thinks he's the equivalent of, he thinks he's Winfield's Romick, but he is not backing that up. Neither in this game or with his stats from the last one. Vikings looking to inbound the ball here.
Even though this is one of our first few games as broadcasters, this is probably going to be our last run here in Harrison and I, so in a way this is our senior night as well. And we appreciate those faithful listeners that we've had this year. It's been a pleasure.
It has been a mighty fine pleasure to serve you guys. Thunderbirds come up with the ball after that little scrum on the hardwood. Jacobson will be bringing the ball to the court. The score is Winfield 7, Circle 5. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Thunderbirds have 2 fouls, and the Winfield Vikings have 0. Romick out top. Off the right of the iron. Winfield right to the Vikings. Fans looking for a walk there, and they get it. Looks like we have Schultz and Bucher coming in here now for now Winfield fans thinking they got to travel there on Bucher, but the refs aren't seeing it that way. Middleton outside looking for someone to cut. Now Bucher drives down with the dish to Schultz, who puts it up, and he gets that one to go. It's a big assist there from Bucher, and Schultz hits that easy shot. Schultz has really had some big games this season, or not even big games, just big quarters.
When he gets hot, he gets hot.
Indeed. I believe against Wellington he had one quarter where he had 12 points, and 6 of those were on three-point shots, which aren't very common to see from a guy like that, but he's been putting them up and he's been knocking them down.
He's been a big presence inside for the T-Birds on this small lineup.
He has, and on almost any other lineup that is
right on cue there, Schultz with the block.
We like to see that. Romick with a quick pullback. Jacobson can't knock that long two down. Schultz, though, on almost any other lineup that would be gifted with a center, a true center, he would really be able to thrive on that sort of lineup because he is a really good power forward, and they're able to knock down a lot of short and even some outside shots. But having to be pushed in that center role, he is doing well with that. It's just they're just difficult shoes to fill.
Very tough for someone of his size, not to be the biggest player on a team, but he's done a good job for what he's been dealt.
Middleton with a short two, hard off the back iron, rebound straight to Winfield. Winfield up 9 to Circle 7 with 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. That shot is knocked down. Puts Winfield up 11 to 7 with 30 seconds here left. Thunderbirds surely looking possibly to take the last possession, but at least to get some more points on the board. That's Jacobson with the short 2. Does not go. Schultz tips that rebound back out, but Jacobson wasn't ready for it. That was some hard defense from Middleton there. Jacobson looking to turn the court fast here with 10 seconds left. Romick pops the 3 outside. That's good. That is 6 for Romick tonight. He is 2 for 4 now from 3. Desperation shot at the end of the first quarter does not fall. Score here at the end of the first period is Winfield 11, Circle 10. Coming within 1 on that Romick 3. Quarter coverage of your Circle High School Thunderbirds against the Winfield Vikings. Vikings starting off with the ball here at the beginning of the second quarter. That ball goes off the foot of a Viking straight into Middleton's hands. Ball back outside to Hudson at the top of the key. He knocks that 3 down. That puts the Thunderbirds up by 2. That's their first lead of the game. Thunderbirds up 13-11.
I'd love to see Gunnar Hudson get hot in this game. It's been a while since we've seen him really show his skill offensively. He dropped, 20 points in the very first game of the season against Rose Hill?
Yes, I believe it was. And now that's a blocking foul called on the Vikings. Hudson was surprised as well that he did not get the offensive foul called on himself. Hudson has just been working back the last 5 or 6 games, just working back from an ankle injury that he had earlier this season. Thunderbirds have so many players that are capable of putting up big numbers. We've seen Middleton put up 20 on a couple occasions this season. Booker's put up 26 against El Dorado. Hudson had that big game. We just like to see them all work together because a lot of times they'll have spread points, but nobody really stands out. And they really seem to do well when they have somebody show up big. As the Vikings pick up that bucket on transition.
And they have somebody step up and lead the way. It really helps.
Draws the Vikings even with the Thunderbirds at 13 with 6:50 left here in the second quarter. Booker with that acrobatic lay-in. Don't really know how he got that one up to the basket. Looked like it left his hand at his waist, but gets it to fall, and it's 2 points regardless. That 3-point hard off the front of the rim. Rebound by Wilhite, but stolen by a Viking I don't believe he saw. Now we've got a foul called on Hudson. I am not for sure what happened there, but we have Brennan Galloway and Eli Jacobson subbing in for Jake Schultz and Micah Wilhite. Wilhite has seen some big numbers, or some big minutes here towards the beginning of the game, which isn't very common, but it's good to see him in there. He's really been stepping it up defensively, even if he doesn't have that much numbers on offense.
His speed and athleticism is a big reason he's been getting more minutes. Good on the defensive end, and really good if we can get out in transition.
Yes,
something we don't do very often, but
yep. We have lots of players. Middleton and Booker are just a couple players that are really good in transition. Who are really good at making their way to the basket and getting a good shot up. as we see Middleton bringing the ball down the court here. Now to Galloway down low, who kicks it out to Bucher, who knocks down that three. That is the Thunderbirds' fourth three of the evening, puts them up 18-13 with 5.5 left here in this second quarter.
That's a great pass from Galloway.
It is now. Bucher's got the steal. If he can keep his balance, he has an easy bucket, and he misses it, but he gets the foul, so he'll be going to the line for two. That's the Winfield's first or second foul of the evening, I believe. Bucher has a chance to put the Thunderbirds up by 7 here with 5:25 left in the second quarter. T-Birds currently up 18-13. Bucher knocks down the first one. Second free throw is up and good. Thunderbirds falling back into that 3-2 zone. Working for them pretty well is the Vikings are another team in this AVCTL Division III league that do not have a very large lineup. And as we were talking about the Thunderbirds not getting very many opportunities to go down in transition, they have gotten steals on consecutive possessions here, which is good to see. That's Galloway down low with the turnaround jumper off the back iron. That is a good look, though. Oh, he steals the ball back, but he misses his second shot again. Now we've got a jump ball, and that ball will stay with the Thunderbirds. That ball will stay with the Thunderbirds here on this end of the court. And I believe there might be a possibility of a foul on the play on a Viking.
I think a technical was called there.
A technical. Yes, a technical on number 10. That is Harper of the Vikings. Looked as if he was giving the ref some lip. We'll have Drew Middleton here taking the free throws.
Safe to say some lip was indeed given.
It was. And it was not received kindly by the officiant.
Middleton unable to capitalize on the first free throw there.
Middleton's second shot coming here, looking to put the Thunderbirds up by 8. Knocks that one down. I do believe he has 2 more free throws now coming. Knocks that third one down. Hits his fourth one, 3 of 4 on those 4 free shots from the stripe. Puts the Thunderbirds up by 10 efficiently. 4:48 left here in the second quarter. Thunderbirds 23, Vikings 13. Now we've got a timeout by the Vikings and a message from my colleague.
I'd just like to give a massive shout out to Coach Clothier's parents, Tim and Lynn. Thank you so much for tuning in all these times. We really appreciate it.
Back here with 4:40 left here in the second quarter. Romick outside looking for the shot, but it's not there. Romick now driving. That's not something you see commonly from him, but that floater won't fall. Galloway snatches the rebound, puts it back up, putting the Thunderbirds up by 12 here, 25-13.
Galloway giving the Thunderbirds some big minutes here. Had that excellent assist to Booker there for the three a little while ago and got a couple rebounds down low.
That three-point shot is no good from outside. I don't know why he knocks that one down, but he's 1 for 5 on the evening, and that's really, I don't know how he's performed against other schools, but he has really been struggling against the Thunderbirds to hit those shots from outside. Booker there, tied up by some defenders, but he gets it out to Galloway. Jacobson drives and knocks that one in. That's good to see from him. That's something we haven't seen a lot, but we're seeing a lot of this game. We're seeing a lot of points in the paint from the Thunderbirds, and look at the scoreboard. Sure is turning out well for them. That three-point shot, no good, off of the Vikings, out of bounds.
To be honest, it really seems like a lot of the T-Birds are just kind of trying some things they haven't tried this whole season. Maybe it's because it's senior night. Maybe it's because they're just changing up the game plan, but I love to see it.
It is good to see.
I like to see Matt take even more threes.
And to see him drive.
I want to see him shoot one off the dribble this game.
Yeah, I had the opportunity prior to this season to assist him in his basketball workouts at the YMCA in El Dorado, and that's Booker with the lay in there. And he not only works outside, but he works on a lot of driving drills, but he just doesn't get that many opportunities to utilize that shot in the game. That shot from outside is off the back iron. Rebound snatched out of the hands of a Viking by Jacobson. Fast in transition, Galloway hits that shot, and that was a good pass by Jacobson. We like to see those big assists coming in from him.
A much better second quarter here for the T-Birds.
Yes, it is indeed, as they are up 31-16 on the Vikings with 2:37 left here. We'll be back in a minute after this timeout by the Vikings. And we're back from that break. It'll be Vikings ball coming in from this opposite baseline. Does not look like we have any substitutions. Clock apparently did not start. Vikings will be taking the ball back out of bounds again. Thunderbirds defense has been showing up tonight. They're kind of struggling there in the first few minutes of the game. That rebound pulled down by Jacobson. That's a rebound by him in the last two possessions. Their defense really struggles at times, but it has really done quite well against this. This zone has done really quite well against this short Vikings lineup. As Booker knocks down his second three of the evening. He is 2 for 3 from downtown. That is 8 points for him on the night, I believe. And he leads the Thunderbirds in scoring at this point as they're up 34-16 with 1:50 left here in the second quarter. That shot short in the lane, no good. Rebound by Galloway. Jacobson looking fast in transition. He had Booker, but the pass was a little bit off. Still taken out of bounds by the Vikings. Thunderbirds get a lucky break there. We'll look to capitalize on that opportunity. Ball inbounded to Galloway. Thunderbirds were running out of time and options there on that play. Jacobson driving, loses his dribble, but is able to control it back out to. Woo! That was an impressive lay-in by Galloway. That's 6 points on the evening for him. Almost looked like he shot that as the entirety of his body was behind the backboard, except for the hand putting that shot up.
Very interesting finish there, but it went in.
And now a monster block from Galloway. This sophomore's
Emphatic rejection.
emphatic indeed. Some monster minutes from that sophomore sub here in this second quarter. You can tell he's into this game now, and this is what you like to see, especially for these seniors on senior night. Galloway knocks that rebound back out to Middleton. Now Galloway with the pass off to Romick, who misses a three. Schultz looking for something down low. Nearly drags his foot, but he gets out of that situation. Thunderbirds now resetting it outside, possibly looking to take the final possession of the half. Up 36-16 with 18 seconds left here in this half. Jacobson with it now out top, 12 seconds left. Looking for something, Middleton's got it outside, 8 seconds left. Middleton driving, drops it off to Galloway, misses it, puts it back in time for the buzzer, and that is halftime. Galloway coming up big here in the second quarter with 8 points. Thunderbirds up 38-16 at halftime. And he had that huge block there. That's what we love to see, just different players coming off the bench putting up points.
We will be back at the end of the intermission, folks. See you soon.
Emily Sun, Addie Super, Brooklyn Hawkins, and Brooklyn Maroney. And from our dance team, Megan Guthrie, Sophia Harris, Ashlyn Gilmore, Lila Ott, Riley Madden, Andre Turner, Casey Daniels, Miranda Woolworth, Jalen Chase, and Rick Bishop. The dance team is under the direction of coaches Marcia Bishop and Amanda Burke, and the cheerleaders under the direction of Amanda Wilhite and Allison Pack. How about a big round of applause for your Circle High cheerleaders and dance team tonight? And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue your halftime entertainment tonight, introducing the Circle High School Drum Line. Performing Yourself Implement, instructed by Trevor Landgren, written for the 2020 Circle High Drum Line by Trevor Landgren. The members include seniors Caleb Buckington and Kai Zopp, juniors Bryce DeWall and Lisa Heil, and Bailey Young. Sophomore, Nia Burke, and freshman, Corbin Sessman, and Dakota Dahl. Ladies and gentlemen, your Circle High Drum Line.
Welcome back to Circle High School's coverage of the Circle High School Thunderbirds basketball game against the Winfield Vikings. We'll get you off with our starting lineups here for the second half. They're a little bit different for the Thunderbirds. With Jacobson, Middleton, Bucher, Hudson, and Romick starting. Middleton with that.
Middleton with the early deuce there. Middleton with the steal. Tried to kick it to Romick, but Romick wasn't ready for it.
Coming out of the first half, the Thunderbirds are led in scoring by Luke Bucher, the junior. He has 12 points, and Galloway, the sophomore, who subbed in there early in the second quarter, was being pretty productive, so he got left in, ended with 8 points and a massive block. He also had an assist to Bucher on one of his threes. Middleton almost had the steal there, but no, that jumper from the top of the arc is not good for the Vikings. Middleton looked as if he crossed himself up there. He pulled back so hard, and that lay-in on transition is good for the Vikings. Score 18-40. Thunderbirds leading with 6:40 left here in the third quarter. Romick pops the three. A little bit weak. Rolls in and out. Vikings looking to come fast in transition.
Looked like Romick got hit on the arm there on that three. He wanted a foul call, but did not get it.
Yeah, that was that shot. He did have someone in his face on that, and he could not get it to go. At least in the games that I've seen where the Thunderbirds have won, it's always, there's never one person that has a really big standout scoring night. There's always just a lot of people that have 5 to 15 points and that really pull them together, and it's one person showing up at a time. Like,
I think that can be a good thing and a bad thing at times. Like
it can.
last year, obviously, we had Jude Warren, who night in and night out was our leading scorer, which in a lot of ways was helpful because he was able to obviously get this push the scoring charge and also involve those other guys. Obviously the leader of the team last year. This year, I wouldn't say we have that necessarily. So
that rebound went to Gunnar Hudson, who then threw it off the legs of a Winfield defender, keeping it on this end of the court with the Thunderbirds.
Luke McGinnis checking in here for Drew Middleton, his first minutes of the game.
We'll see what he can do for the Thunderbirds. We've already seen one sophomore be quite productive. We'll see if he can match that or put some points on the board maybe for the Thunderbirds. I believe we've had 3 performances this season with players scoring over 20 points. 2 of those coming in the same game against El Dorado early in the season. But we have had multiple occasions where a player has scored more than 8 points in a quarter. I can remember Schultz doing that. We had Bucher and Galloway do that just this last quarter. We had Middleton score 12 points in a quarter, all on free throws, not missing a single free throw. And those are some really clutch points for him in this last home game against Wellington that they ended up winning 62-54. That foul is on Nolan Faust of the Winfield Vikings. That is their second team foul of the half. Thunderbirds are up 40-18, looking to go up 2 more. Hudson's free throw off the left iron. 5 minutes left here in this third period. Coach Harina down here looking to give Jake Schultz some advice, sending him over the scores table, possibly to sub in a few minutes. Hudson knocks down that second free throw.
Schultz does indeed sub in for Matt Romick here.
Good to give Romick a break. We really hope he'd start hitting some threes here, as on senior night it'd be good to see him knocking them down like he usually does. I believe he's 2 for 6 at the moment. Winfield putting up some shots, getting some rebounds. They cannot get it to fall. They finally do there after their 4th offensive rebound on the same possession. That is what has been the demise with the Thunderbirds most of the season. They're just failure to rebound, especially on the defensive end. Teams like McPherson who have some big bodies inside just demolish them on the boards as McGinnis drives and gets that lay-in. He saw the open space and he took that. Looked like he had pretty near half a soccer field to drive to that hoop. McGinnis now gets the foul called in transition. That's the Thunderbirds' first of the half. Thunderbirds are up 43-20 with 4 left here in this 3rd quarter. That shot put up no good. Rebound off of White. Will stay on this into the court with the Vikings. That shot outside is far short off the bottom of the glass. But then on the putback, a foul is called on Eli Jacobson. That's 2 here fast on the Thunderbirds in this 3rd quarter. Winfield down by 23 here. That first free throw off the front of the iron. The score of the last meeting between the Vikings and the Thunderbirds was 73-45, a 28-point margin. That is something that has not occurred much for the Thunderbird this year. They've won a couple games by upwards of 10 points, but not very many, I believe. 2 on the season. Beating El Dorado 60-42, which is hard. It's kind of a head scratcher there because they have lost their last 2 meetings with El Dorado, and those have been tough losses. And then their only other victory over 10 points was against Winfield, which they won by 28. They were hitting all their shots. It was really an impressive showing. Kind of showed their potential, but haven't seen them match that recently. Bucher for 3. He hits that one. He is 3 for 3 on the evening from Trey. Puts the Thunderbirds up 47-20 with 3:24 left here in this 3rd quarter.
Bucher's been having a great night.
He has, and he gets that
right
steal.
On cue.
You could tell he wanted to dunk that, but he ended up just dropping that bucket in. I believe on each of the last 3s he has hit, he has gotten a steal and scored in transition. That lay-in by the Vikings keeps them within 27, though. I don't even know how this crowd would react if we saw a dunk from a Thunderbird, but Middleton hits that 3 out top. That is his first long-range shot of the game, and he hits it. Puts the Thunderbirds up by 30 here with 2:40 left. That falling shot then blocked by Galloway. Kind of thrown into his arms, but a block nonetheless. Wiped away any glimmer of hope from that shot reaching the net. Galloway with the block there, but the foul's called. This will be 2 shots for the Vikings. That is Brennan Galloway's first foul of the game and the 3rd foul for the Thunderbirds this half. We've got 2:30 left here in this 3rd period. Thunderbirds up 52 to the Vikings 22. That first free throw is knocked down. Second free throw is good as well. Bucher outside from 3. Hard off the back of the iron. Back out to him again. He was looking for some space, but he's not finding it. Nearly loses the ball, but gets it back. Now to Schultz outside, who kicks it around to Middleton, who drives. Nothing there, but Schultz is wide open on the backside for the easy lay-in.
I've really been a fan of Drew Middleton's passing tonight. He's made a couple of really good passes, driving to the driving to the hoop, little drive and dish.
He has. That drive and dish for him is his strong suit. You can see him make a lot out of nothing down there. As he creates some space there when he was tightly guarded, but that shot is a little bit flat and strong. We've got a full team sub here coming in. We've got Wilhite, Middleton, Jacobson, Hudson, all coming in. Middleton's the only one remaining, excuse me. Everybody else subbing in. With 1:40 left here in this third quarter. Circle up 54 to the Vikings 25. Wilhite looking to drive with the acrobatic finish.
Let's go. Love to see that out of Wilhite.
It's good to see that on our senior night. We get an offensive foul called here on the other end against the Vikings. Thunderbirds up by 31 here with 1:20 left. Those are Wilhite's first points on the evening, along with a couple steals, I believe. He doesn't get a ton of minutes, but when he does, he usually shows up on defense. That pass, Gunner was looking for Jacobson down low, but he wasn't seeing him. That steal almost taken by Romick, but now they've got a foul called on him. They didn't think that was clean enough. Rebound by Romick there off the errant shot. 52 seconds left here in this third period. Thunderbirds up 56-25. Wilhite pops the three, no good. Now we got the steal after the Vikings being badgered by the Circle defenders. And Jacobson with the second spin cycle of the evening. Those clothes have got to be clean as he lays that one in.
A spin cycle.
Outside shot is good. He was wide open. Hudson with the ball outside. Looking to create some space, but that defender's not giving him anything. Tapped out of bounds by the Vikings. We really like to see that type of defense there, and we like to see the players get down and dirty on the floor.
Oh, we love to see that heart and grit out of the Thunderbirds.
Jacobson driving now with the and one lay-in.
I love the aggressive play of Jacobson here. And the Thunderbirds are really pouring it on here in this third quarter.
That is something we have not seen a lot from him this season, except only in spurts, so we like to see that here. Jacobson has 6 points now in the evening, looking to make it 7 and expand the Thunderbirds' lead. It's no good. Rebound off the Thunderbirds. There's some questionable play under the hoop. We'll see if we get any fouls called out of this. Hudson might have bumped into somebody after he jumped up, but now we've got a foul called on him. Oh, technical. Technical on Hudson. He bumped into a player. These players must remain aware that the slightest bit of physical contact can be called against them.
Maybe some vulgar language there out of Hudson.
Yes, quite possibly. Hudson's still vehemently opposing the calls made by the officials here tonight. 10th of a second left here in the third quarter. Thunderbirds up by 30, 60-30. Really, in that situation, it's just really not worth the technical, especially on a senior night, because it just takes you out of the game at a point where you really just want to get more minutes. 10th of a second left. Nothing happening there as we go to the end of the third quarter. Thunderbirds up 60 to the Vikings 30. We'll be back in a minute.
You'd love to see it. I would just be serious, smile.
Smile? Wait, I gotta get the mic down. Vikings starting with the ball here at the beginning of this fourth quarter. It's really been a pleasure to be joined this evening by Van Morris, a former sports broadcaster here at Circle High School. It's really just, he's been a great example for us.
To follow in his footsteps.
That's Bucher with the short jumper is a no-go. I don't know what happened with the score, but suddenly the Thunderbirds score has decreased from 60 to 59 as Winfield puts up another 2 points. Thunderbirds still no subs, two seniors in, excuse me. Jacobson looking to drive again. And he gets the foul called on that drive. I don't believe we're in the bonus. Nope, unless they believed he was an active shot, and I believe they do. Jacobson now gets 2 shots here. 7 points for Jacobson on the evening as he knocks down that shot. Second free throw is good. He's 2 for 3 from the line on the evening. That is 8 points for him tonight. Winfield down by 27 at this point with 6:50 left in the fourth quarter, looking to make something out of nothing. As Jacobson steals that ball away, looking to take it all the way, or will he pull it back? He'll pull it back out. Trapped in the corner looking for somebody, gets it out top to Middleton. Harina had already called a full timeout before he got that out, concerned that those players would lose the handle there. We'll be back in a minute. Smile.
6:35 to play here in this final quarter for the T-Birds. Thunderbirds lead this game 61-34 over the Winfield Vikings. It's been really great to see this team just come in here and close out on a strong performance. Gonna get a big win here by a large margin. Great to see.
Good shot put up there by Schultz on the other end. Now he comes up with the rebound after the defense on that drive there. No look pass by Jacobson to Romick. Looks twice, gets open. His shot is short. That dribble by that Winfield player looked to be a little bit high. Now we've got steals on consecutive possessions. Middleton getting fancy down here with the ball to get away from some defenders. Bucher has nothing, drops it off to Jacobson. Ball nearly stolen by Winfield defender, but Jacobson grabs it off the floor, passing it off to Bucher. Romick out top, surely wanting to end on a make here, but he's not getting open that well. Ball rolling on the floor now. Stolen by Winfield, but then taken right back by Middleton. Drops it outside to Romick, who misses the three off the front of the rim. That has got to be frustrating for him. He puts another one up. He hits that one. That's good for Romick. It's good that he hits that one. As he shakes his head coming back, that was 3 chances there in essentially the same possession, but he finally knocks one down. That shot put up right in Middleton's face. He didn't even put up a hand to defend it, and it was far short. Now we've got a foul on Matt Romick. That is his second of the evening, 7th on the Thunderbirds. That puts Winfield into the bonus. Thunderbirds are up 66 to Winfield's 34 with 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter. We'd like to say thank you to all those of you who have tuned in this evening to watch your Thunderbirds senior night basketball game and just support them, even if you weren't able to make it here in person. We've now got Luke Myers in the game for the Thunderbirds. Romick outside for 3. He's feeling it, but it's not there. He's really wanting the ball now in this game.
Letting him fly here.
He is. I want to say he's 3 for 9 on the evening or something like that. Not knocking him down like he usually is, but knocking him down nonetheless. Bucher down low with a fall-away jumper. He gets that to go right off that bottom block. Thunderbirds up by 34. We'll see at what point they put any subs in or seniors. Middleton comes down with that rebound. Winfield coming in with some tight D. It's not doing anything. Romick drives, kicks it back out to Middleton, who drives, puts the shot up. It is blocked, but he gets a foul called. He'll go to the line for 2 with 3:10 left here in this game. Clock is still running. Hopefully somebody stops that sometime soon, but doesn't look like they're going for it. It's been running for about 10 seconds here now. I don't know if they continue to run it in this sort of game, but that free throw knocked down by Middleton puts the Thunderbirds up by 35, 69 to 34. Second free throw knocked down. We've got Will Height coming in for Middleton. We've got the seniors in here with Hudson, Myers, Romick, Jacobson, and Will Height. We'll see if they can put a few more points on the board. Maybe expand this lead even though it's not necessary. That shot blocked from behind by Romick. That kid did not have a chance as that was batted down. And Will Height with the points in transition. It's 4 for him on the evening with a couple of steals on top of that. Winfield throwing up desperation shots at this point, but it is not falling. We've got a timeout here by the Vikings. 1 minute timeout. We will be back here in a second. That first free throw is knocked down.
This is going to be a bittersweet conclusion here for the 5 seniors on the court. big win, but so many memories in this gym.
I'm sure as even I have memories in this gym of failing to make the middle school basketball team, but those are memories.
I as well have memories of getting cut from the freshman team in here. But hey, I've enjoyed every second here behind the mic with you partners.
Yes.
It's been an honor.
It has indeed been an honor that I wish could be extended in time, but it shall not. That's Myers with the turnaround lay-in. That's good to see from him. Good to see him get 2 points here on his final game. Just coming out finally for his senior season after not playing his first 3 years of high school. That shot is short and out of bounds. We've got a sophomore now coming in for Luke Myers after he got his 2 points, and Logan Ward coming in as well for Micah Wilhite and Brendan Galloway for Gunnar Hudson. It's good to see them get their final send-off. We have Max Maholland coming in now. And Luke McGinnis. Looks like we're subbing out all of the seniors. Romick does not want to go out. You can see it. All to their final send-off from the fans. Ball turned over to the Vikings. Looking to come in transition. That was tightly defended by Galloway, and that is a questionable call there with the foul, but they'll go to the line for 2 shots. We've got a running clock with a minute left. Thunderbirds up 74 to Winfield's 38. Or I guess that was only one foul, as it was a foul on the floor. Ward with the rebound, or with the ball now, passing it out to Sam Guile. Swings it around to McGinnis with the kick out to Ward, who knocks down the 3. Look at that from our sophomore subs.
Flashy play there for the T-Birds.
That was. And we've seen some great assists this evening. We've seen some one-handed baseball passes, and we've seen a lot of driving dishes. That 3 is way short, out of bounds, somehow saved, but still off of the Vikings. 14 seconds left. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can get one more shot up real quick. But they probably won't. Looks like they're going to hold the ball here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the senior night for the Circle High School Thunderbirds. Final score, Thunderbirds 77 to Winfield 39. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us for these broadcasts, and I am truly going to miss it. For the last time, tuning out, I'm Carson Mosier.
I'm Harrison Metzger.
Thank you for everything.